ghost chasing mice and digging holes.
Hey guys, it's Digipal3, aka Gleam-the-Tri-Tailed Fox. Welcome back, my pets, and today I am bringing you a Pokemon Wi-Fi Showdown battle. Pokemon Wi-Fi Showdown battle. No, just a Pokemon Showdown battle. And I'm using my awesome Super Stall core team, and they have a decently stally core team. And we get into the battle. So I first turn set up my rocks, and then I go into my Talonflame to predict stuff, and then the Ditto and not Ditto, and my Ferrothorn to break the sub, and then I go back into this again and get Toxic, and then I go into my Ditto now that his sub is broke, which trolls the thing after I realize its set can't actually hurt the other side of the game, because this set doesn't have Earthquake, this set doesn't have Ice Fang. Wow, this narration's already lovely. So we're just going to sit here for 5 turns, watching as he wastes power points, and then I'm finally going to switch back to my Talonflame, who's already Toxic, so I don't care. And I'm going to use this time to switch into Chansey, who can break the Substitute with a Seismic Toss, and take an Earthquake all day. So I break the Substitute, and I go right back into Ditto, who's going to continue to troll this thing, and now I become poisoned, which doesn't bother me, because I have Poison Heal. I'm going to go for the Earthquake, which is kind of silly, because Toxic would actually threaten him more, and now he switches into Talonflame, but I go for an Earthquake, because why not? Stoneworks over did destroy the Talonflame, so I go into my Dusclops, who can take a hit, and I'm going to go for the Confuse Ray, which puts him in a rough spot, so he's forced to switch into this thing, and I hit him with Nightshade, which puts him in a really low HP range. Hits me with Knockoff, does a lot of damage. I'm pretty upset with that, so I confuse him, and now he's going to go for he's going to go for the Rapid Spin. I don't know what he's predicting there, but I burn him with the Will-O-Wisp, hoping not to die from the, not to burn, but the Knockoff. Hero Pink Split, getting my health back, but he kills me with the Pursuit, so that was pretty much for naught. Although I did put his Weavile at a pretty low range, I go into this and I bulk up for no reason, even though because there's absolutely no way I can sweep at this point. So I switch directly out into my Chansey. He predicts that well, goes for the Volt Switch back into his Tentacruel now that he can safely Rapid Spin away. But instead he goes for the Knockoff, which is whatever. I hit him with a Seismic Toss, and he's going to Rapid Spin this turn. But unfortunately, he lives with a smidgen, so he still is able to spin away the rocks, which is sad. Then he just up and kills my Ferrothorn with an Overheat, which was a bad prediction on my part. I could have sworn he was going to go for the Electric move, predicting me, but he doesn't. So I go into Greninja and hit him with a Hydro Pump, which is bad prediction on his part. Then I go into my Talonflame, take his Talonflame, but my Talonflame's cooler because I have a bulk upset, so yeah. Go for the Brave Bird here, which was bad, drops me down to really low HP with the Poison, and this turn I predict his stuff and I go for the Roost, which was great because now my Talonflame's back in fighting mode again. So here I'm going to switch out again just to reset the Poison counter and go back into my Gliscor, well, technically Ditto, which, is just going to sit here and do nothing to his Gliscor while his Gliscor does nothing to me, because that's kind of been the process of this game. Okay, eventually we're going to switch out here into my Chansey, or my Talonflame, I forget. It's Talonflame. I go into my Talonflame predicting the stuff, and I'm going to switch right back out into Chansey to and go for the Substitute, or Seismic Toss. And I don't remember if I go for the Soft Boiled or switch here. I go for the Soft Boiled, alright. So I Soft Boiled up, getting my health back, and then I switch out back into my Ditto, which obviously walls him some more, because now I'm going to waste 4 more turns, because I'm going to actually switch on the 5th turn instead of using another move. I'm smart like that, because I want to throw him off and try, do the prediction games. So I'm going to switch back into my Chansey here, and No, I went into Talonflame again. What am I thinking? But yeah, my Talonflame threatens his Talonflame, so he's like, no, and he switches back onto Gliscor. I of course go for the Brave Bird, because I wasn't thinking, but I know this time he's going to go for the Earthquake, because I'm switching right back into Ditto. Except he switched back into his Trevenant, which kind of scared me. I get the Toxic off, thinking, one of those Harvest set Trevenants, so I'm okay. So I'm going to Talonflame, which obviously completely walls Trevenant, so I don't give a damn. And I'm going to go for the Roost here, because I can predict that I can stay in here all day. And I can, so he switches out and goes over to his Gliscor, which, automatically signals me to go into my Ditto and wall him some more. Which gets back my Ditto's HP, which is great. He goes back into his Trevenant. Now I notice his Toxic is gone, so that actually has Natural Cure, which leads me to believe this is a very scary Trevenant, because I can't do my stalling shenanigans with it. But I go into my Chansey, who actually cannot touch this Trevenant, because all I have is Seismic Toss and Counter, and neither move works on Trevenant. So I'm going to get my HP all the way back to full health as he goes for a Shadow Claw, and I throw a Toxic on him, because that's the only way I'm going to do any damage to this. I go into my own Trevenant, or rather Ditto, to copy and see his set, and he has 3 attacks and rest. So now I know what he has, so I switch back out, which unfortunately heals my poison. I go into Talonflame, which I know can break the substitute, and I go straight for the Brave Bird, and he goes for the Earthquake because he predicted my roost, but too bad for him, I did not roost. Now I switch back into Ditto, which hopefully I'm going to get poisoned again, but he just goes for Protect, and that's upsetting. So I go for the Toxic as he goes for the sub, and that's whatever. Here we go, he goes back on the Trevenant. Trevenant gets Toxic, which is not going to help me anyways. I'm going to Talonflame. He misses the Rock Slide, which is very crucial in this game. Missing that Rock Slide probably cost him the match, I'm not going to lie. But he would have got me there. But, you know, Rock Slide's Rock Slide, that 80% accuracy. So I go back on my Gliscor to copy him, and I immediately switch back into this thing, knowing he's going to switch out into that. And I go straight for the Stab Dark Pulse and wipe out the Trevenant, which puts a giant clump in his plan. He goes into that Talonflame and predicts me nicely, and goes for the Roost. And then he goes straight back into Gliscor. I predict the Gliscor and I go into Ditto, which then gets poisoned. So now I am back into healing position again, and my Ditto is cut off. So I go into Talonflame, predicting the Earthquake, and at this point I'm just scouting to see what moves he has left, because I've stalled out a lot of his moves already. I go straight for the Bulk Up, predicting him to do stuff, and then I switch back into this to see if he goes for anything else. But no, he just goes for the Substitute, which means you to believe that this is going to be a bigger Star Wall than I hoped for. So I'm going to sit here and throw some more Toxically around, and then he switches into his Weavile, which gets Toxic, and you know, that's silly because Toxic doesn't do anything to Weavile. At the point I switch on my Chansey thinking I could take a hit, but no, that thing must be Choice Banded. So I switch out and go into my own Weavile, or rather my Ditto, and he hits me with an Ice Punch, and goes into Talonflame, which does not take that Ice Punch too well, and I have to switch out because I'll need this Ditto for later, and I go into my Chansey, who can take a Flare Blitz, except not, and dies, and then I go into my own Talonflame, who I know can kill this thing, and I switch directly back into my Frog, who counters the rest of his team with just Hydro Pump alone, so I don't even have to switch moves, he just dies. And then he goes into Talonflame and dies. And then he goes into his Gliscor and dies. That's the end of the recording, folks. This has been DigiPal3, aka Gleam Taylor Arctic Fox, and I'll see you next time.